save him for later. Looks good. I'll go with this one. Yeah. Alright, we got a couple of eyes, so we're going to look at a couple. So, we can get orientated, so we recognize the cornea is the front of the eye, right? We're happy with that. And then that tough, fibrous coating around it would be sclera, okay? And then, if I had some white, stringy stuff that wants to come off, that is conjunctiva, okay? So if it's white and it wants to come off of the eye, that's conjunctiva, okay? And then around here you can see some beige colored tissue. I'll even go back here or up here. See some beige colored tissue. That's your eye muscles, okay? You do not know whether it's a rectus or oblique or if it's superior or inferior or whatever, but just know that that beige tissue would be an eye muscle, okay? And hang on one second because I need to cut some of that off so we can get to another structure. Okay. The eye is very cool. I like it. Any questions so far? Are we doing good?
If you show us this conjunctiva,
yep.
Will it be kind of stretched out like that, like
yep.
on a pin or
yep.
something?
Yep. Yep. Hang on, I'll put this off there.
Otherwise it can be confused with the other one, right? Sclera?
Yes, you're absolutely right. And I would be absolutely clear. Trying to trim around him. Come on there, little guy. Participate with our class. Yeah, a short one. They really cut that one. Very close.
Around the nerve?
Yeah, I am, but they get a little short nerve. They didn't leave too much on. Okay. Alright, so then, alright, so, for your question, you can see there is no conjunctiva here. There's nothing stringy to really pull up on. So if I had the pin through that layer, it would be, and the question was name the layer, that would be sclera, okay? But down here I have some loose stuff, but not muscle. There's some muscle there too. If it was just through the white, then it's conjunctiva, and it would be just sitting there like that, okay? All right. And if you're not certain, ask me. Is it through loose stuff or, or what? Okay.
What's the answer?
Ask. Well, I can't ask that, but have an idea. All right. Have a clue. All right, then. So we have our cornea. So on the back side of the eye, so we know we're not on the front side, you feel this little rubbery projection coming out the back of the eye. So that would be your optic nerve. Okay? So the pin was in that optic nerve. Okay? So we've named most of the structures on the outside of the eye that we can. See all that beige stuff? That would be muscle. Eye muscles. I want to clean it up just a little bit more. Okay, so now we're going to go into the eye. We're going to go a couple layers at a time. So I'm first going to cut the cornea off and hopefully preserve the iris. And then you can see the lens underneath that. Okay? And this is they don't cut the whole cornea off for LASIK surgery. And I'm just warning you, if you do your own eye, I'm pretty good at this. I'm pretty good at this.
Get ready!
Yeah, it can squash and burst, okay? Squish out liquid.
Is this going to be like a Gallagher show?
I know,
hopefully not. So I just, put your scissors on the edge, put your hand around it, and then push in, and then you're like, okay, it's in there. A little bit more. But there'll be liquid that comes out, just a little liquid. But if you just, you're not covered it with your hand, then somebody's going to get wet, okay? And I don't know, my dry cleaner hasn't really said if the stuff comes out or not, so we'll not worry about that just yet. So we're cutting the cornea off. So again, for LASIK surgery, they make a little slit and go in and do their changes in the cornea. But they have to go out to the edge. They don't just cut in the middle of your cornea. That would be bad. Okay. I need some smaller gloves. Hang on. Okay. Alright, so that is your cornea. Again, that could be sitting just out on the tray. You know what is that? Cornea. Okay. And so now we have the eyeball with the cornea off, and you can see that this black part is your iris, and you can see that glowy thing in the middle, that's the lens. Okay, you have your iris and then your lens. The iris and then the lens is in the middle. Okay? Alright, so now we're going to cut hopefully just under the iris. Okay, but still have the lens there. That's why we grab two eyes in case it doesn't work out quite as planned. Alright, here we go. Coding, coding. And you notice how tough the sclera is. It doesn't want to cut. And speaking of sclera and how tough it is, everybody's heard of the disease glaucoma, right? Mm-hmm. That is when you're making too much vitreous humor. Oh, bless you. Bless you. And it's not draining out the eye. All right? And it's building up fluid pressure in the eye. Oh, it's not going to leave the lens. Okay, so we're going to slowly take this apart. So you can see the vitreous humor's coming out.
That jelly thing?
That jelly thing is the vitreous humor. Hang on, I want to separate the lens from the iris. Go away. There it goes. Okay, all right. So this jelly stuff, again, pin could be in that. Vitreous humor, right? The pin could be in the lens, and the answer is crystalline lens, right? And you see all these little black fibers around the lens? Mm-hmm. That would be the suspensory ligaments.
Could you show
You know,
me
trying to hang on to that lens.
The crystalline lens, you said?
This is that thing.
That's called crystalline lens, and the other one?
Vitreous
is called
humor.
Lens? No.
The other lens.
Oh, that's cornea.
Oh, that's cool.
That's your cornea.
Got it.
Would lens be correct or has to be crystalline?
I think lens is correct according to your notes. I think it says either
Yeah,
or.
it just says
So-
lens and then crystallines in parentheses.
All right, so I would accept either or.
Okay.
Okay.
And then the black stuff around it is the suspensory ligament.
Yep. Now, oh, there it is.
That's the ligament.
Okay. I want you all to look inside the back of the eye. All right, it's very slippery, so if I drop it, please don't be upset. What I want you to look for is a little bit, a layer. You can tell it's a very thin layer. It's all, and this is the retina. It's all coming down and swirling to a point. Okay, so look for a swirled in point. Okay, it's towards the bottom of the eye. It's right towards the bottom of the eye. Do you see the tissue swirling to a point? Mm-hmm. Look for the swirling to a point. Mm-hmm. Okay, you need to see that because I can put this pin in that. I've done it before. Here, let me turn this so you can see it better. See that point? It's swirling to that point. Mm-hmm. Everybody seeing that?
Let me try to see if I can
Yep.
see it.
Let me turn around.
Let's see if I can.
Where's my point? Lost there. He's swirling to a point right in there.
I would have to have a light shining on it to see
Okay.
it.
Can I see that? I didn't
That's
see it.
okay, I'll talk about it.
Whoa, he's so slippery. All right, he's right there. Can you see these little folds going all towards that spot?
I think I can sort of tell. I can sort of tell. It's pretty, for me, it's pretty faint.
All right. All right, look for a spot that's right down over in that area, okay? You need to see that. You can see it on the Thomas Russ guidebook too. They show a sheep's eye, and you can see the retina layer. It's coating the eye, and it all comes down and swirls to a point. Okay, that point, that's your blind spot. So imagine if I had the little stick right into the right where everything swirled, blind spot. Okay, or optic disc. We'll take either one.
So blind spot or optic disc.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. So, oh, there, right there. There you go. The retina is starting to come off, starting to detach. All right. So, how to do this without mangling it too much? All right. I guess we're gonna have to mangle a little bit. Okay. All right. Everybody see what I'm lifting up on? See how thin and tissue paper like that is?
Yep.
See that thin little piece of tissue? That is the retina. See how thin it is? Oops, just missed it there. See how thin it is? That is retina. It doesn't want to stay on my, it wants to clump. You see how thin and wispy? That is the retina. That is the retina. So I'm going to detach the retina, but it's going to stay attached to that blind spot because it all swirls in and it's like anchored there. Okay, so we're going to detach the rest of the retina so you can see.
Well, that would be easy to differentiate between retina then if you're,
Yeah.
that'd be easy to tell which one you're doing.
Okay. Now. All right. So you see that, all that stuff right there, that's the retina. Right there. So I could have the pin through that stuff. Okay, that was the retina that covered the inside of the eye. All right, everybody good with that? But you see that pretty surface in the back? See the pretty surface? I mean, it's beautiful. I'm telling you, it's the most beautiful thing on the planet. It doesn't get any better than that. You see that pretty blue, green? Do you see it? It's gorgeous. I'm telling you. Yeah, isn't it pretty?
That is cool. I can see the reflection.
Yeah, it looks like a shell, like one of those power shells or abalone shells. It's beautiful. Okay, that is tapetum lucidum. Okay, that is, and I want to make sure you're all clear on this, that is the top surface of the choroid. It is not a layer. There's 3 layers to the eye: sclera, choroid, retina. It is just the top surface of the choroid.
Oh, okay.
Okay? I want you clear on that. Because animals have this, but we don't. You know, when you look at animals at night with a flashlight or with your headlights, their eyes glow that greenish yellow color. That's what that is. It's the tapetum lucidum. It's taking the light in that you're pointing at them and reflecting it back out at you. Okay, so that's
Only
the color.
animals.
Pretty much, yeah, only animals, not humans.
So if you had that marked, it would be the tapetum lucidum, not the choroid, though.
No, this is
Okay.
that's what I was just going to get to. So if I can just detach this. Okay, so now you can see I have detached the choroid layer, right? Everybody see that I've detached the choroid layer? See that?
Oh, yeah.
The black grainy layer is detached. Okay, so I could have my pin through that loose layer, and the question will either be what is the layer, so then it's choroid, or the question will be what is the top surface, which is tapetum lucidum.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and also detaching it, you can see on the inside the white. So again, I could go from right inside and point straight through, and then I'm through the sclera. Okay, see if I went straight through that white gray right there, sclera. Everybody good with that? All right. So the tapetum lucidum serves just like that shiny surface in flashlights. Okay, so if you have a flashlight and you don't have that shiny reflective surface, all you have is a bulb. You get some light and it's okay, but as soon as you put that reflective surface behind it, you've got light. Well, what happens at night, because the animals are prey or predators, and they have to be able to see at night. So with a little bit of light, that allows them to take that amount of light, it goes through their retina, bounces off the tapetum lucidum, and back through the retina again. So it amplifies the light source. How cool is that? They have their own built-in night vision.
I knew that.
So, all right, so that is the sheep's eye. All right, so I'm going to put this off to the side, and then I'm going to pull up the 223 website, and we'll quick go over the history.